What's up guys, how's it going? Matt here, life coach, HR, awesomeness guru, and today I'm going to chat with you about 5 specific theories that will help you with regards to social interaction. Important for us to first understand that within the realm of hacking and the realm of hacks and life hacks and whatever those 5-minute things are, human beings cannot be hacked. We need to put a lot of effort and a lot of energy into any relationship. With that in mind, let's get into it. I don't trust this chair. Okay, so let's get into the first one, the explanation effect. Found a nice little article over here that you guys can have a look at. I'll put a link down below. And Michael Simmons explains it quite nicely over here. The gist of the explanation effect is that the more that we share the information, the more we retain the information. So for example, sitting in a classroom and not taking any notes, not reciting, not anything, gives you an opportunity of remembering approximately 5% of the information. 5% of the information is retained. But as you go down further and you explain the information just a little bit more, that then means that you will then be able to retain far more. The reason why this is, in my opinion, a theory that helps us understand individuals just a little bit better is because of the fact that when somebody is explaining something to us that we absolutely do not care about, they're trying their best to retain information that's important to them. At that stage, when we're having a look at the explanation effect, try and do your best to remember that everybody around you is doing their best to grow. And when they're trying their best to grow, they're trying to retain information that they feel is important to them and what they feel is necessary to their lives. So with that in mind, do your best to have a bit of patience when somebody is explaining something that you do not care about because of the fact that you're actually helping them grow. The next theory that I want to chat with you guys about is the attribution theory. Now, the attribution theory is a theory where we try our best to understand something by basing our beliefs, feelings, or other sort of characteristics on them. So the problem with the attribution theory is that we're not really truly understanding something 100% because we are placing our own intentions and our own understandings onto that specific thing. We tend to infer either internal or external information. The attribution theory reminds us that a lot of what we perceive is within ourselves and not actually on the object or the person that we perceive. Sounding pretty smart there, Matt. Pity you can't choose a damn chair. This is not a good idea. Now, the language expectancy theory pretty much summarizes that we have a certain type of language that we use within certain types of environments. Within a home environment, if there are people currently working from home, they will find themselves using a lot of language that the family members are not used to. For example, you guys might be used to me saying things such as vision, goals, happiness, awesomeness, but you're probably not used to me saying things like bumfuzzle. Yeah, bumfuzzle is a real word. Yeah. As we're going through the language expectancy theory, try and do your best to have a better understanding that when you use certain words, they will have an effect on the people around you. Harsh words will have a harsher effect when they're normally in a loving environment. Loving words will have an awkward effect when they're normally in a harsh environment. It's perfectly natural for us to feel thrown around when it comes to the different characteristics of the people that we know. But that is also important because human beings are not simple. We're complex, and it's quite brilliant in a lot of senses. But at the same time, we need to wrap our minds around the fact that language serves a purpose. And if we have a habit of using a certain kind of language all the time, we will find ourselves stuck in loops. And sometimes new language into old environments, that's going to be good. At the same time, using old language in new environments can also provide us with a little bit more insight. No chair is technically an option. So then we're going to have a look a little bit at the positivity effect. Now, the positivity effect is quite interesting because of the fact that it forces us to look at the nature of the human mind to attribute positive character traits to people we have positive feelings towards. That person's character traits do not completely change. It's only our feelings towards that person that might change. For example, you will find the person that you love beautiful, handsome, whatever. However, a person that you hate, a person that you cannot stand, you will automatically hate their face. You don't know why. The positivity effect occurs when we use a situational issue in order to validate the bad behavior in somebody that we like, but then we'll say that the bad person is doing the bad behavior because they're bad and stuff, like my evil chair. almost like home. Okay, cool. Now the scapegoat theory is pretty much that we need to have something to blame. Wanting to blame something or somebody is a perfectly natural human state. Wanting to blame a ref because a game was lost is perfectly natural. Unfortunately, often, we don't get a pure and justifiable scapegoat. We don't get to blame 100%. Situations are much like people in that they're not always going to be black or white. They will always fall into the gray. The scapegoat theory reminds us that people want to have somebody or something that can be the cause, and that once the cause is gone, the effect is gone, and once the effect is gone, we're back to normal. And unfortunately, sometimes normal is not always going to be 100% possible. You need to remember that you are capable of taking your current situation and making it 100% better. You are capable. The decision is yours if you want to make your life better. You don't need to blame something and then stop. It is so very, very easy to get caught up in the blame game, to get caught up in the problem. It's easy to get stuck there. But assigning 100% blame, what are you going to do after that? Are you going to do something awesome? What's stopping you from doing something awesome right now? Yeah. In closing, my dudes, I want to just suggest that you do everything you can to enjoy the people around you. There's a lot of different situations where we're going to do a lot of different things, and a lot of those things are so much more fun when you're with people. Be awesome, stay cool, like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye! I like this chair. I think I found a replacement.